it seems like every year, and we're going to have this conversation again in February, I think, but every year that you and I are sitting there at the 50-yard line in Lucas Oil watching the quarterbacks work out, inevitably I turn to you and say, how come there aren't 32 human beings on planet Earth who can operate an NFL offense efficiently enough to fill out a league? And have we turned a corner here, Mike? Are we too soon to say that first-time quarterbacks looking so efficient as they are, even Trevor Siemian, have we turned a corner here, do you think?
I don't know if we've turned a corner, Rich, and I will say that I do think we probably ask too much of quarterbacks in the NFL. I think it's the single hardest thing to do in pro sports. And because of that, I think it eliminates a lot of players that could be decent quarterbacks. We put so much on them, both mentally and physically. But I'll tell you what, I think the common denominator, if you look at Wentz and you look at Prescott and Simeon/Paxton Lynch, it's kind of interesting that their head coaches are not only former NFL quarterbacks, but they're also backup NFL quarterbacks. And I think their mindset is a little different. And I think their mindset is how do we get this guy ready to play? And what I like about what I've seen with the young quarterbacks and how they've been handled, especially this year, but in the last couple of years, is they're trying to make the quarterback feel more comfortable, make the kid feel more comfortable with what he does best, as opposed to just saying, here's our playbook, kid. You know, we're just going to call it like you're whoever the last guy was. So I think they're doing a much better job of making the young quarterbacks comfortable. You know, if you look at Prescott and you look at Wentz, I mean, Wentz came out of a pro style, and I kept trying to tell people, since Andrew Luck, I haven't seen a college kid control the line of scrimmage pre-snap more than this kid, but everybody poo-pawed that because it was North Dakota State. The flip side is Dak Prescott. He did very little of that, and I thought it was going to take him a while. I loved his tool set, but I thought it was going to take him a while, and this kid has just stepped in and looked comfortable with everything he's done. So I think it's a complicated answer, and I'm hoping we've turned a corner, but I doubt it, Rich. I don't think we're there yet.
Mike Mayock joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show and a Honda Insider Report. So if I had turned to you during the Combine or even during the draft, because at that point we knew that the Rams were taking Goff and that the Eagles were taking Wentz, if I had told you that Goff wouldn't even be playing entering Week 5 and it wouldn't even seem close that he would be playing in Week 5, what would you have said?
I'd have been surprised because even though I had Wentz as the number one player in the entire draft, I thought Goff would be ready to play more quickly. So what I think has happened in L.A., and I have no inside knowledge, but I think I have a pretty good feel for what they're doing. I think what's happened is in that coach's sanctum where nothing gets out of that room and they're sitting there having this conversation in training camp, and I think Jeff Fisher and his guys are looking around going, wait a minute. Kid's talented, and he's the future, but we've got maybe one of the best tailbacks in football. We've got a really good defense, and if we don't turn the football over, we've got a chance to be in every game in the fourth quarter. And our jobs are on the line. We can't be 7-9 anymore. So I'm guessing that was kind of the mantra or the conversation in their coach's room. And they look at Case Keenum and they say, if he takes care of the football and by the way, game manager is not negative to me. I have no problem with that. We need more game managers. And I think they're doing a really nice job taking care of the football, running the ball, playing defense, and all of a sudden they're 3-1. Doesn't mean that the other Goff's not going to be the quarterback of the future. He will be. I just don't think they trust him with the football yet.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.